Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. Today's story time is a very insane one. Yeah, honestly, just listen and you'll see what I mean. This story time is about a girl and somebody else, specifically the TikTok girl. Now, if you're unfamiliar with that, you're probably like, Austin, who the hell is a TikTok girl? What are you talking about? You talking about some TikToker? You talking about Charlie D'Amelio? You talking about fucking Addison Rae? Like, what are you talking about? No. If you're not familiar with this series, I'm gonna link it in the description. Go watch it. Watch everything up until this video because it would all make way more sense if you watch those first, and I just want you guys to understand this as best as possible. So today's story time is about the TikTok girl. Now, if you do know who she is, yeah, she's back. Yep, in full effect and in the most devious way possible. I have never seen someone go to this extent in my life to be this manipulative ever. Now, before we jump into this story time, I just want to say, if you could, please turn post notifications on for my videos. I've never asked that before, I don't think, in my entire life. So I figured it's a good idea to ask that. And also, if you're not subscribed, my name's Luna. You should subscribe. I think my stories are cool. I think you enjoy them as well if you're watching. And also, 50% of you aren't subscribed, so that would be helpful. Now let's jump into today's story time. Today's story time all starts off as a normal day. Today, yes, this is a very recent story time. This takes place only a few hours ago. I'm sitting in my room on my computer, and I get an email on my business email. And it says, "Hey Austin, my name is Jonathan. I work at this company for this place." And he starts listing all these really impressive details for this big company he works at. And he starts talking about how he wants to make an investment into my YouTube channel. A very big investment. A 7-figure investment. If you know what that means, it means he wants to pay me over $1 million. So I'm like, okay, all right, Jonathan, I'll hear you out. So I respond to his email. I'm like, what's up, Jonathan? Like, what's the investment regarding? Like, what would you want to pay for? What would you want in return? Like, let's talk about this. He's like, yeah, for sure. I'd be happy to give you more details. Would you like to set up a phone call or like a meeting maybe? And I was like, a meeting? Do you live near me? He's like, yeah, I do. I actually live an hour away from you. I could happily drive up and we could meet. Now, I'm not really a fan of meeting strangers online, but at the same time, when something as expensive as $1 million is on the table, your boy's, kind of curious. So I'm like, yeah, why not? We'll meet at a coffee shop or something. You want to do it this weekend? He's like, how about we do it today? I'm like, today? Like when? He's like, how about an hour and a half? I could leave right now. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. And I respond that I'm a little bit skeptical, right? Because it just seems sketchy. So I ask him if he'll FaceTime me so I can see that he's really who he says he is and that we can, go further if he seems legit. And he's like, yeah, no problem. What's your number? And I give him my phone number, which was a big mistake. And he calls me up on FaceTime. And he looks legit, man. He's sitting in like a real nice office. He's got a suit on. He's got his name card on. He looks like a real professional dude. And I can't lie. At this point, I'm like, okay, this guy's legit. This is a real businessman. I'm down to meet with him. So I tell him that. And he goes, all right, great. I'm heading out now. I'll see you in like an hour. Where do you want to meet? And we agree on this coffee shop. And fast forward an hour and a half, me and him are both meeting each other, sitting down at a coffee shop, ready to talk business. And we sit down, and he just cuts right to the chase. He's like, look, Austin, me and my team are so interested in your channel and how far we could take it. But first, I want to ask you, what's your plan with your YouTube channel? Like, how are you feeling about it? And I'm like, I love doing YouTube. Like, my audience is awesome, and, like, I enjoy it, and I just don't see myself stopping anytime soon. And he goes, yeah? Well, here's what my company wants to do. And they told me to come to you and approach you and talk to you about this. We want to invest $2 million into you in return for your channel. And we would basically turn it into a company channel. We would like kind of turn it into like a viral video, like shorts channel. And in return, you would get $2 million and walk away from it. And I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah. So I'm just kind of like, registering this in my head. He basically just told me that he's going to pay me $2 million to basically quit YouTube and walk away from this forever. So I repeat that to him. I'm like, wait, are you saying you're going to pay me $2 million to quit YouTube basically? He's like, no, you could make another channel if you wanted, but we would just take your main one. I'm like, yes, you're basically telling me to quit my main channel. He's like, essentially, yes. And I was like, well, then sorry, no deal. Like, I'm not even going to entertain this. I don't want to go further with it. I really appreciate you driving all the way out here to offer me this, but I can't do it. And he's like, Austin, this is a big decision. It's not one you make overnight. Think on it for a week, maybe even 2. Just take as long as you need and then get back to me. And I was like, I appreciate that, but I'm telling you, my answer will not change. He goes, all right, well, just talk to me in like a few weeks. I'm like, okay. So we get up, we shake hands, and he turns around and he walks out the door, and he starts heading towards his car. And I walk out the door and start heading towards mine. And he parked like 2 cars away from me. And as I walk up to his car, out of the corner of my eye, I see someone in his passenger seat. And I look over at his car, and him and this girl are looking at me. And this girl in the passenger seat is real familiar, super familiar. Somebody I've made videos about many times on this channel. It's none other than you know fucking who. And I'm like, no fucking way. So I walk up to the car, I tap on the window, she rolls the window down. I'm like, are you insane? And she goes, what? And everything's just clicking in my head. I already knew what was happening. This girl, the TikTok girl, hired somebody, some business ass dude, to construct a fake deal, basically, to try and get me to hand over my YouTube to him so that she can then go and sabotage my channel and delete everything and get rid of it, or do who knows what. Maybe she'd post a bunch of random shit, like, who knows, maybe she'd post her failed TikToks on there or something. I don't know. But I asked both of them, I'm like, did you both just try to manipulate me into giving you my YouTube channel and create a fake business opportunity? Like, do you really think I'm that stupid? And she goes, maybe. And I go, how dumb are you to get in the car with the dude you just hired to try and manipulate me? Who even is this fucking random dude? And he goes, I'm her brother. I'm like, dude, get a damn life. Go for a walk in a park somewhere. Why are you listening to this girl? She's messing with you. He's like, man, I'm just here because I'm making $200. I'm like, she paid you? He goes, yeah. And she goes, whatever, this conversation's done, we're leaving. And I'm like, no, you're not. I'm calling the police because you're stalking me again. And I pull out my phone and I fake dial 911. And she quickly rolls up the window and tells him to drive as fast as he can. And yeah, they zoomed out of that parking lot real quick and drove away. And it's okay. I got her brother's plate number. So, you know, if I need to report him for impersonating a businessman and trying to trick me out of my almost 3 million sub YouTube channel for a fake payment, I could do that. But yeah, overall, I'm just in shock. This girl is like reaching new levels of intelligence, but at the same time, new lows. First of all, I can't believe she thinks that I would be dumb enough to fall for that. Second of all, I can't believe she thinks I would sign away my YouTube channel. And third of all, what the fuck? Like, what is happening? So yeah, after this happened, I went back to my house, I sat down, I talked to some friends on Discord, I told them about what happened. They were like, are you serious? I'm like, yes. They go, homie, she has your number now. I'm like, wait, what? He goes, yeah, you gave that dude your number in the email. You said that, right? I was like, fuck, you're right. He's like, dude, change your number. So I immediately jumped online, changed my phone number, and now we're here. So I will definitely keep you guys posted on this TikTok girl saga. I really just want it to end, honestly. This girl's like my biggest enemy at this point. Like, she is obsessed. But yeah, guys, I thought the story time was insane. I thought you guys would enjoy it. I still have no idea how that dude looks so legit. I guess her brother actually works for a business or something, and she just manipulated him into trying to trick me. But yeah, definitely one of the crazier story times of the TikTok Girl series. I thought you guys would enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy this story time. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.
Pace on back, I don't wanna look back, I don't want it like that. I've been going too fast, all the girls like that, and the fake ones wanna see my pulse go fast.